Hey everybody, Adam here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Dutchware Half-Wit Hammock. This is a hammock that I really enjoy. I just got back from my trip to Big Sur in the Ventana Wilderness. This was the first time that I used this hammock. I put it through the ringer, dealt with all sorts of conditions, and I really liked the way it held up. Before we get into the rest of this video though, please make sure that you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. If you like what you see, if you like the outdoors, if you like going to new and different places, exploring things, gear reviews, all of that, that's what I'm all about. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get started. So this is the hammock, the Dutchware Half-Wit Hammock. It is a great little hammock, really compresses down, very small, even smaller than my dream hammock. The specs are, it weighs 473.69 grams or 1.044 pounds, so it's just over a pound, which is pretty impressive for a hammock. The one that I got features a Hexon 1.2 fabric, but you have the option of 1.0, 1.2, and 1.6 fabrics, which is very nice. Basically, it's just how thick the fabric is, because the smaller thickness of the fabric is going to give you less weight to be able to hold. So if you're a lighter person, that's great. But if you're a heavier person, you might need the 1.6. I needed the 1.2. It varies. They have the listings on their website how much each can hold. You also have the option of getting it in many different colors. They're all listed on Dutch's website. The turnaround time in my experience getting this hammock took about a week or two. It wasn't really that long. For those of you who don't know who Dutch is, he is a guy based in Pennsylvania, a cottage gear business. They make hammocks, suspensions, all kinds of outdoor gear that they do really well on. I really like the company. I've been using them for years for certain suspension parts, and I just decided to use a hammock from them and see how it went. What I like about this hammock is it features a half bug net, which is very useful when backpacking in the summer. You can't remove it, but it's also very light. I would say that this is a great hammock to use in the summer months. I'd even say as well as spring or fall, when you still have that transition between bugs going away and coming back. I'd still say it's good for spring and fall as well as summer. So a good 3-season hammock. Wouldn't necessarily need it in the winter, but it's so light that the bug net might even provide you an extra degree of warmth for your head. I'd say that this hammock is for people that want to save some weight on their backpacking gear. It's really easy to shave down a couple ounces from, maybe you have a heavier hammock, maybe you used tree straps. I've used tree straps in the past, but his whoopie hook suspension system, I'm a huge fan of. Super light, super compact, a lot less weight. The whoopie hook suspension system is a lot lighter on this system compared to my cinch buckle system that I used to use on my dream hammock. I think that once you figured out the whoopie hook suspension system, it's a lot more efficient, easier to set up. It just slides back and forth. Now let's talk about some drawbacks. The only drawback that I've seen on the whoopie hook suspension system is if you have two really skinny trees that are just don't have enough thickness to them, then you're gonna run into a problem. I was able to solve this problem by having a Dutch clip, which is like a titanium clip that you can put on the Whoopie-Sling to extend all over the tree. That helped me be able to deal with having a really skinny tree. I at least had a thicker tree. I was able to get the proper hang of my hammock. Had I not, it would have been a problem. Luckily, there were plenty of redwood trees where I was camping. This is the whoopie hook suspension system. Very good. It's very lightweight. Takes up way less space than your traditional tree straps would. A problem that a lot of people have when they are hanging their hammocks when it rains, you have all the water that's dripping down from the tree. It starts from the top and then it comes down, and then it can run on these lines and the water will drip down, and if it doesn't have like a water break or something, it'll just leach right onto your hammock, soaking all your down, all of that. In my other hammock, I've had to install these little water breaks. It's just pieces of string that act as a deterrent to let that water drip off. So would have to do this with a cinch buckle system. It'll go right from the straps to the cinch buckle and it won't break. What are the advantages of a full bug net versus a half bug net? The Dutch hammock that I took last trip featured a half bug net that draped about to my stomach to chest level. The thinking is you have your quilt pulled up and then the bug net drapes over, so it effectively seals you in from anything trying to bite you. I think it worked. I didn't really deal with too many bugs, but the few mosquitoes that I did see, they weren't able to get at me, so I think it's very effective. That was enough for me. It might not be enough for some people. Some people like having the feeling of more space. The advantage of the full bug net is you have that full space to kind of just move around. You don't have something draped over you. Of course, with the Dutch hammock, you can just lift it up and then cinch it back with a little toggle. So it varies by preference. You do feel a little bit more exposed to nature and everything like that with just the half bug net. You can see straight out to the forest. So if you're uncomfortable with that sort of thing, then maybe rethink what kind of hammock that you want. It didn't bother me because I liked being out in the forest and being able to see all the trees and nature and animals and stuff like that. I would recommend that before you take this system out, definitely try setting it up or at least familiarizing yourself with how the whoopie hook suspension works. It's essentially like a Chinese finger trap. This is the rope, this is the little knot of the Whoopie-Sling. When it's taut, it works by friction, but you're able to loosen it and extend that rope. It's a very efficient, very lightweight system. Between where I'm going and what kind of terrain, what the land features are, I will vary using my 15-foot tree straps if I have to deal with things that are really big or really far away, versus if I'm in more moderate area with decent thickness sized trees, I might use this, and if I'm trying to go a little faster and lighter and not have to worry about that extra weight. As you guys know by now, I'm a huge fan of hammocks. I think that the sleep quality, in my opinion, is the best that I get out there in the outdoors. As far as comfort wise, it was very comfortable. What I really liked about it, it had like this shelf that you could put your feet right on, and you could put that foam pad right under there, especially using the 3/4 quilt right under me. Another thing that I liked about this hammock is he sent a little piece of line that was elastic that you can hook the underquilt to directly and then pull it over your ridge line, hook to the other side, and it would keep that underquilt secure and snug right there and it wouldn't slip. I think it's a great feature. I had no cold spots whatsoever. The total price that mine cost was about $140 US, and I don't think that's really bad for such a robust piece of gear. It really feels like a premium piece of gear that you take out with you. I don't feel worried about it tearing or breaking down. I know the craftsmanship is superb, and I know that it is going to be a piece of gear that I'm going to be able to take into all different kinds of environments, seasons, and not have to worry about it failing on me. I know that it's going to take care of me. Sometimes when you look at gear, you have to invest into certain things so that you know wherever you go out, it won't fail on you. This is a company that I've used for years and haven't had anything break down on me yet. Good job, Dutch. Huge fan, and I look forward to keep using your products. I can't wait to get more trips with this hammock. So there you have it, guys, the Dutchware Half-Wit Hammock. Again, if you liked what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions about things that I've forgotten to address, please leave them below, and I'll see you guys next time when you join me on my next adventure.